we gotta push in, dude.
Right there by the fucking door.
No, no.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to a brand new video. Don't forget to get it on Amazon. Get that desired nutrition for that pump, that focus, and that energy. Get that pre-workout. It is on Amazon in stock right now. It's going to help you with that mental focus in the gym. Speaking of the gym, let's get into the video.
I'm Assistant Sheriff Jamie Prosser with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and I'm here to provide additional details of an officer-involved shooting which occurred on Friday, May 16th, 2025. This is the third officer-involved shooting this year and the third fatal. At this same time in 2024, we had 3 officer-involved shootings, and all 3 were fatal. This event was reported as a shooting in the 700 block of North Rainbow Boulevard at approximately 1:34 p.m. You can see the scene to my left. The officers involved in this incident are Officer Cade Urban. He is 29 years old and has been with the LVMPD since 2020. Officer Urban was armed with a BCM 223.
All right, she goes on to talk about the officers that were involved in the shooting. It was 3 officers. So this shooting occurred at a gym. So a guy came in wielding a AR style pistol, not a pistol, but an AR-15 rifle, and started taking shots. So let's get into the suspect.
The suspect has been identified as Daniel Ortega. He was 34 years old, 5 foot 11 inches tall, and weighed 180 pounds. Ortega was armed with an Olympic Arms PCR 223 caliber rifle. You can see the picture of the rifle on the screen. The investigation revealed he fired 24 rounds during this incident.
Damn.
The following are Ortega's charges had he survived: 1 count of murder with a deadly weapon, 3 counts of attempt murder, 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon on a protected person, and 5 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. The details of this event are as follows. On May 16th, 2025, at 1:33 p.m., Daniel Ortega arrived at the Las Vegas Athletic Club located in the 1700 block of North Rainbow Boulevard. He was armed with a rifle when he walked into the gym. The suspect walked past several people leaving the business and approached an employee working the front desk. Ortega then started to pace around the front desk area while several other individuals left the business. A second employee approached Ortega and the 2 briefly exchanged words. The employee fled when the gunman raised his rifle and started shooting, striking the employee. The suspect followed the employee deeper into the business and continued to fire rounds. The assailant then made his way back to the front lobby where he continued firing rounds. At some point, his weapon malfunctioned. We will now play video of Ortega arriving.
Thank God his weapon malfunctioned. So this guy, he must have been the one that called the police, because you see him turn around too.
At approximately 1:34 p.m., LVMPD Communications received multiple calls that a male was armed and shooting inside the Las Vegas Athletic Club on North Rainbow. We will now play the 911 audio.
911 emergency, Moreno Ceballos 20211. Do you need police, fire, or medical?
Police?
To what address?
The Las Vegas Athletic Club.
Which one?
The Northwest, the one by Rainbow.
Okay, what's going on there?
Yeah, I think I saw someone come in with an AR.
come into the Las Vegas Athletic Club?
Yes.
How many minutes
Yes.
ago did you see that?
Just right now.
So 1 minute ago?
Yeah, like right now,
What color gun was it?
It was a black.
Okay. And you're pretty certain it was? Was he by himself?
Yes, I think there's shots.
911 emergency. Fire or medical? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, anyone there? Hello?
Officers were immediately dispatched, and at 1:39 p.m., officers Javier, Black, and Urban arrived at the business. All three officers deployed their patrol rifles and approached the front doors. Officer Javier observed the gunman by the front doors armed with a rifle and fired a round through the window at the suspect. Shortly after, the suspect exited the business still armed with the rifle and ran past officers. Officer Urban fired 4 rounds and Officer Black fired 1 round, striking Ortega. All three officers immediately took the suspect into custody and began providing life-saving measures. Medical personnel arrived and transported him to UMC Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. We will now play video of the suspect leaving the business. This is after the shots had been fired and he had had a malfunction. The suspect is seen throwing a set of car keys while he paces back and forth, routinely looking out the front window. You'll see him take his wallet out of his back pocket and also toss that down on the floor.
That's weird.
We presume that when he opens this door is when our officers first see him, when Officer Javier fires the first round. And then he exits the other set of doors. We will now play body-worn camera video from all three officers.
34, we got 2 rifles deployed. Those 1 people are trying to get still inside. Scared, take cover, he's coming out. Right there, hey! Yeah, I see him, I see him. One's coming out. Yeah, suspect coming out. Get cover. Yes, he hit the front door. I don't have a shot.
See him in the entrance. 1 WMA, all black clothing with a rifle.
Copy. You get it? Keep the door? Okay. Hey! He's right there by the fucking door. Is that you?
Shot. That was 2 William 34. Still moving. He's moving!
Boom, got him.
Hey.
This is the second officer's body cam.
I see him, he's right there, he's by the front door.
Yes, he's the front door. I don't have a shot.
I don't see him.
See, he has to turn on his red dot, his optic.
I've got cover, don't worry.
Very calm, collective.
Hey, he's locking the doors, dude.
All three of these officers.
I think he is. Hey, we gotta push in, dude.
He's right there by the fucking door.
No.
Boom.
Is he still inside?
This is the third
Is
officer.
he inside?
You got one down in here. You got a guy with a long-range rifle inside.
Okay.
There's one in the bathroom.
He went in the bathroom?
There's women in the bathroom. You need to get to that bathroom. He went that way with a long-range rifle.
Okay. Okay, right there. Hey. Okay, I see him. I see the. Get cover. Yes, he is the front door. I don't have a shot. Okay, yeah, he's at the entrance. Kay, get some fucking cover.
He says, I got cover, man. I got cover.
He barricading the door? Okay. Okay. He's right there by the fucking door. Go ahead, shot. Is that you, Kate? Is that you?
He wants to know who took that shot.
And here's a slow motion video with the still shot of Ortega
Good
holding
shooting. Good
the
shooting.
rifle as he exits. As additional officers arrived, action teams were formed and entered the business. Officers located 3 individuals suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Medical pronounced 1 individual deceased on scene and transported the other 2. And during the investigation, it was discovered that another individual had self-transported to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injury.
Yeah, so let's talk about this briefly. First off, thank God for those officers. Very awesome job of those officers coming in and handling business like they were supposed to, man. They executed everything perfect. They didn't even have to take that many shots. I think the guy was only struck once. I know they said one of the officers fired 4 times. I don't know how many times. I know they said that he was struck at least once, obviously, right? But I think he was just struck once and died from that gunshot wound. Now, the reason I made this video is because if you're somebody that carries, that you carry, you're armed, you legally allowed to carry in the United States, you know, you should carry everywhere you go. You know, whether that be the movies, the grocery store, the library, the fucking gym. You should even carry in the gym. You know, you could keep it in your bag, in your gym bag, and keep that gym bag on you. I don't like those gyms that, I don't know if they still have these types of gyms, but some gyms, they used to not let you walk around the floor, the gym, you know, walk around the area with your gym bag because it caused injuries or something. People trip over bags and stuff like that. I don't like that. I like to keep my gym bag with me because I have things in my bag that I like to use in the gym. You know, wrist wraps, bands, a belt, your water, all types of stuff. You know, chalk. You want to keep that stuff on you. I don't want to put that stuff in my locker and be carrying around stuff in my hand, you know. So you should also keep your firearm in there. If you're somebody that has a legal right to carry a firearm, keep your firearm in there because you never know what's going to happen in the gym. You never know. You're in there just trying to get a workout and here someone comes in wielding a fucking AR. You know, so any type of rifle. And you see, I'm pretty sure that was the guy that called the police that walked right by him. Like, he walked right by death right then. You know, that guy could have been the first person he shot, you know, and he walked right by him. You know what I'm saying? Which is eerie, you know what I'm saying? To see that, knowing that you're the one that was in that video and you're the one that most likely called the police, because he's like, and he turned around at the door like, did that dude got a gun in his hand? Because it's not normal to see that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Thank God for that guy for calling the police. Also, I'm glad the rifle malfunctioned, you know, and him not knowing proper ways to handle a malfunction, he couldn't figure out why his weapon was malfunctioning. And she also said towards the end, I'll link the video, you guys want to watch the rest of the video. She also said that he had 2 or 3 more magazines on him. So he was coming in to do some damage. Now, I'll say this as well quickly. If you see somebody rolling in with an AR style weapon and you're armed, you have a handgun, be wise about using your handgun, okay? Because a handgun versus a rifle this is not an equal match. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go in there and start busting shots. You only got, depending on what type of pistol you have, you only have about 15 rounds, maybe 17. Like I said, depending on what you have, and if you have an extra mag, and plus you're going up against a more superior firearm. So you have to pick and choose if you want to go into battle with somebody that has that type of weapon on them. You know what I'm saying? And you need to be strategic about how you use it. You know, you don't want to just come in there and just start firing back at the person. You need to be smart about what you're going to do. You know, maybe you might want to lay low. You know what I'm saying? And if you have the opportunity, if you have the perfect opportunity to surprise the person with your firearm, you better make sure you hit him. You know what I'm saying? You better because if he turns around, takes cover, and starts firing back at you, and he has all this ammo with him, he finds out you're probably gonna lose that battle. You know, so be careful about that too. I'm not saying go in there and you hear gunshots and just take out your gun and you just start busting too. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying protect yourself. Be wise with your weapon. You know, don't be showing your weapon off. You know, just showing it off because he's the one that has the upper hand. You know, you kind of got the upper hand because you have more of the upper hand because they don't know that you have a weapon too. So keep that concealment about yourself. Stay in cover until you find the perfect opportunity. If it arises, if it becomes that you have that opportunity to take that shot, then take it. But other than that, man, if you don't have the opportunity and you have a weapon and you just couldn't get to it, you couldn't find a good opportunity, then that it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not your fault, you know, because it's understandable. You don't want to go up against a high powered fire weapon like that compared to your handgun. So yeah, it's unfortunate. One person did pass away and 2 others were injured. But thank God it was just that, you know. And there's more information coming out about this. So if you guys hear anything else, please put it in the comments so I can make a follow-up video to see what was the intent of this guy. Obviously his intent was to go in there and shoot people, but was it motivated by what? What was his motivation? Was he after the employees? She did say that he was a gym member there and he worked out there. You know, they got all his check-in logs. He actively works out at that gym. So what happened? Like, is it he wasn't an employee. So what was the deal? What was going on with this guy? You guys get any more information, please shoot it back to me and I'll make a follow-up video because this is fresh. This just happened on the 16th and this was just dropped yesterday or today. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Any information you guys got, send it back to me. I'll make a follow-up video. Appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Appreciate y'all watching. Peace.